Hey, it is my honor and privilege to bring to you to the studio tonight a very good friend of mine. This woman is a powerhouse with her business that God has called and appointed her to do, Miss Elsa Palmer-Oden. Elsa is a powerhouse leader. I have been so excited to have her come on my studio set and share her inspirational story with you. So without any further ado, let's go into the studio with my good friend, Elsa Palmer-Oden. Elsa Palmer-Oden, great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much, TC.
Elsa, I have been so excited to get you on this show. You are making such a difference in the world with what you are doing with your business, and I couldn't wait to get you here. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, TC. It's an honor to be here.
You're going to want to pay attention to what Elsa has to share. Pay close attention. Elsa, tell us your core business, please.
I contract people all around the United States to work from home and that typically have disabilities or can't work outside the home and be able to help small businesses grow at the same time. So I'm helping businesses in America and I'm helping people work.
So you have a business that you have built, and I might add a very successful business. Yes. And what you're doing is you're taking people that have disabilities that are not able to be in the normal workplace, and you're putting them to work helping out companies here in the United States, is that right?
Correct.
With doing things that they normally wouldn't like to do or like to have subcontracted out.
Exactly. Or to take down the mundane tasks of everyday business so that they can focus on the more important things to grow their business.
So there's two areas that people should have an interest in. If you're a business owner and you're looking to offload some of those tasks at hand, Elsa has, what is it, a VA? Is that what
Trained virtual assistants or VAs.
Okay. So you've got that segment, and then you've got people at home going, hey, you know, I would love to be put to work. You know, is that about right?
Absolutely.
All right. So tell us a typical client that you would take on.
Most of our clients are real estate investors that deal with buying and selling homes in their local area. And our virtual assistants will therefore call the for sale by owners and take the buyer calls, and they can send the contracts or the paperwork to the attorney for the attorney to draw up the paperwork. They can do all the marketing on the property. We basically do everything but negotiate the deal.
Wow. Wow.
So we take all that stuff off the investor's back.
Elsa, what was your inspiration to starting your company?
There was a few different things, one of which was I wanted to be home with my kids. And I started being a virtual assistant for another company. And I got to learn what it was like in the background behind it. And then God put me in the right place at the right time and basically made an announcement that I had an army of virtual assistants and I had to create it.
Wow. Wow. So let's personalize this term virtual assistant, because what do you mean by virtual assistant? Let's talk about that.
Basically, an office assistant, not in the office.
Right.
Okay, so basically your typical everyday administrative assistant that doesn't have to be in the office now that everything's technology based.
Right. So talk about they're all US based, is that
Absolutely.
Right? Give me a profile of some of your virtual assistants.
I have some virtual assistants that are caregivers for somebody in their family who has disabilities, so there's a lot of doctor's appointments they have to go to, so this makes it a lot easier to make income. I have people on disability. I have people that homeschool their children.
Wow.
And I have some that this is what they do trying to get their way through college. So it's a job while they're paying their way to get their education.
Who would be an ideal client from a business side? You mentioned real estate, and you're very well known in the real estate space, but is that the only space that you provide virtual assistants to?
Absolutely not. Because a virtual assistant can pretty much do anything that doesn't require them to physically be there, we can pretty much work with any business, and we've worked with a lot of different businesses.
Like?
We worked for a cosmetic company at one point, just doing orders for them, taking orders and sending the orders in for them. We've worked for real estate agents. I've worked for some celebrities doing their social media stuff.
So you manage social media campaigns?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Social media, websites, regular online marketing, you name it.
What separates you from other companies that offer virtual assistants?
Well, one of the main things that separates us is we are in the United States. A majority of them are Philippine VAs or just overseas somewhere.
The other providers provide
Correct.
offshore. Yours are onshore.
Correct.
Here in
And
the
overseas
States.
VAs, there's no problem with.
Right.
When you're in the United States with your business and you're doing phone work, it's best to keep it within the United States for the phone calls.
Right.
But another thing that sets us apart is our pricing. Most virtual assistant companies actually charge more if you want a trained virtual assistant. We charge basically untrained virtual assistant pricing. So
Wow.
we try to keep things at a lower cost to help these small businesses grow.
Wow. Wow. What a difference. Now, I want to congratulate you. I should have said this at the top of our interview, but you're also a best-selling author.
Absolutely.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you, TC.
Tell us a little bit about your book.
I basically put the whole story of what a virtual assistant is, the different types of virtual assistants, and why you would want to use them, and a few little precautions on virtual assistants to watch out for as well.
Right. So let's wrap up the interview with this question. Who would be your ideal virtual assistant? We have got people all across the country watching this program. Ideally, who would make a good virtual assistant?
Someone who is self-disciplined, who could definitely keep themselves focused and on task with the jobs.
Right.
And someone who's dedicated to work. I mean, this is not a hobby. You know, it's not just something to take up time. So as long as they're serious about actually working and they don't have a problem with being on the phone, because there's a lot of phone work.
Right.
It's not sales calls, so they don't have to be cold calling sales type of things.
Right.
But they do have to be comfortable on the phone and be more of a people person.
Right. Love
But
it.
that's about it.
Love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Elsa Palmer-Oden, thank you so much for coming by. I love having you on here. I love what God has given you to do, this divine assignment where not only are you helping business owners across our country, but you're helping people that really, you're giving them an option that didn't exist before. If they have a disability, they can work, they can earn a good living doing this. And what a blessing you are. What a blessing your company is, by the way.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, TC.